If you can go to the gym to train the muscles in your body to have a better body, then why can you not train the muscles in your face to have a better face? Well, you can. And here is exactly how to do it. No lies, no scams, straight to the point, gold dust. What you need to realize is that your face is actually very adaptable. It's actually more adaptable than your body because within it, it contains the sutures as well as the epicranial fascia. If you loosen the fascia and loosen the sutures, not only will you change the facial muscles, but you'll also develop the bone structure through osteoblastogenesis, developing new bone matrix. But that we'll save for another video. What we are doing here is training the facial muscles in order to change the appearance of your face. If you are to train the masters, this will make your face wider. If you train the orbicularis oris muscles around your cheeks, then you'll get hollow cheeks. If you train the orbicularis oculi muscles around your eyes, then you'll get better looking eyes. If you train the zygomatic major muscle and you deactivate the buccinator muscles, then that will give you a less bloated face and less chubby cheeks. If you deactivate the mentalis muscle around your chin, then you will get rid of your double chin and you'll also bring your jaw and chin further forward. So let's get into it. Firstly, this is how we are going to activate the master muscle, the jaw muscle, which if you activate it is the most important muscle and actually the strongest muscle within your face. What you want to do is not chew really hard gum because in reality, most of you don't have good enough chewing habits to do that. If we all had perfect chewing, swallowing, breathing posture from birth, then you could go crazy, but we didn't, so we don't. Most of us have asymmetrical palates, and as a result, if you chew jawline gum very hard, you will develop asymmetry, you will develop TMJ, and you will develop chronic issues. What you need to do is do things tactically. You need to relieve the tension, and you need to activate the muscles in the way that they're meant to be activated. The first way to activate the muscle is by chewing properly. So what you want to do, and a really easy method, is I want you to frown right now, like literally be angry, frown like this, and then bite down when you're frowning. Do you see how I'm activating my masters when I do that? Because this will force master activation, deactivate the temporalis muscles a tiny bit. You don't want to fully deactivate the temporalis muscles around here when you chew, but you do want to mostly activate the master muscles, and most people don't activate them enough. And if you do it, this will allow you to develop the mind-muscle connection to chew properly. You don't need to chew like this for every single meal, but if you do this for 2 minutes while you're chewing some hard food like meat or something, and you relearn how to chew, this will be very useful because you'll get a feel of actually activating your masters. Then, if you combine this with something like an AeroFit device or a breathing training device, again, I'm not associated with this AeroFit brand, so you do not have to buy that, but that is what I use. And if you use this device and you're breathing in deeply, not only are you activating the masters, but you're also activating the digastric muscles, which will push your jaw forward. And this will activate the masters without over-activating the buccinators because you're also biting down with your front teeth when you use it. That's the nature of the device. As a result, you prioritize master activation. You don't do it by creating asymmetry or creating problems because it's stabilized, because the device holds your face in a fixed position, and it's very, very effective. What I'd recommend doing is doing that for a few minutes on a watt bike or a treadmill or something after your gym session, whenever you go to the gym, a few times a week. Do it on max settings and do it for a few minutes straight. I do it for 5 minutes. Those are the base two exercises for activating your masters. The third thing you can do is you can chew a natural gum, not an absolute joke of a gum like most gums are, with full of unnatural preservatives. Even things like xylitol will slightly disrupt your gut. What you can use is mastic gum, and you're not actually going to chew this mastic gum, or you can partially chew it, but what you're going to do is focus on tongue chewing. If you repeatedly push the piece of gum against the roof of your mouth with the tip of your tongue, you're going to look. You see, I'm able to activate my masters when I do that. Once you get to that point, you activate your masters properly without creating asymmetry while also activating the muscles within your tongue. And that's the first muscle. The second muscle that you're going to activate within your face is the orbicularis oris, which is going to create a greater defined OG curve. It's also going to help you swallow properly. If you swallow properly, that's one of the reasons why people have underdeveloped facial muscles in the first place, because they don't have good enough habits. So this is very important. In order to activate the orbicularis oris, basically the base position is this kind of like fish face, but imagine you're creating a kissing face, right? Like this. In this position, you activate the orbicularis oris, and the easiest exercise you can possibly do is literally just do the second half of the CPS exercise, which is suck your cheeks in, create the loudest popping sound possible like this. And if you do that, you'll feel the orbicularis oris activation. I want you to do 10 reps and 2 sets of that. At the same time, in order to further activate the orbicularis oris, any basic device or position that you hold where you're in this kind of scrunched face position is going to activate the orbicularis oris. Now there's loads of exercises you can do, and this is slightly dependent on your own face shape and your own circumstances and which muscles you prioritize in order to best get the activation, because you don't want to do the wrong exercise. You want to do things efficiently. You want to do it in a personalized way. If anyone does want help with this, you can DM me Ascend, A-S-C-E-N-D, because I'm a spelling pro. DM me Ascend on Instagram. I'll personally help you out a bit and give you a little kind of personalization, a little routine, and then you can get cooking from there. Then the third exercise and the third muscle is training the orbicularis oculi muscle around your eyes. Now this is very important because not only is it good because it gives you more attractive eyes, more fiercer eyes, but the orbicularis oculi muscle is actually very foundational because it's linked to other muscles within your face. It's actually a very large muscle, not a small one. And what you're going to do is basically go onto the outer corner of your eye here, right? Not here, you're not pulling here, taking literally the outer corner of your eye, pulling like this, and then you squeeze, right? If you repeat that 20 times, you'll see even now my eyes are like, they're basically stuck in this position. It's borderline ridiculous. You repeat that for 20 reps and you do 2 sets. I do it before I sleep, just when I'm lying in bed, because it's a bit easier. But if you do it in combination with the other exercises, that might be the absolute best. And that will be the easiest eye exercise you can do. If you also want to do a second eye exercise, I can make a more detailed video on this, but you can also try to deactivate this frontalis muscle, this muscle by your eyebrows, which causes them to raise, which will give you more upper eyelid exposure, make you look more frightened, and also just make you uglier, to be completely honest. Literally, if you massage that muscle and focus solely on not raising your eyebrows throughout the day, that's all you really need to do. But if you massage it for around 30 seconds, squeeze and pinch, that's the best thing you can do for that muscle. Now what you're going to do is basically deactivate the mentalis muscle and activate the zygomaticus major. In order to do this, the best way is you can't really do any exercises to deactivate the muscle. You can massage it, but you can't really massage your chin properly. What you can do is wear mentalis tape. So you wear thin kinesiology tape across your chin. This is the really hard thing. You need to get hypoallergenic, non-toxic tape. That is like really, really hard to find, but I do have a product called Zygo tape that you can find your own if you want, but I would recommend it. But what you need to do is wear tape and in X position, with the middle of the X being on the middle of the mentalis muscle. This will deactivate the muscle when you sleep, and therefore deactivate the negative muscle, which will create disposition towards a recessed chin. At the same time, you need to try and deactivate the buccinators and activate the zygomaticus major. The best way to do this is to wear tape going from the top of your ear directly under your cheekbone along this OG curve to the side of your cheeks. This is Zygo tape. I highly recommend, no matter what, that everyone sleeps with tape on their face at night. It's one of the easiest, highest ROI things you can do. You will sleep better, breathe better, and you'll create muscular tension, which will actually loosen your fascia, engage the correct muscles, and deactivate the negative muscles. So that takes care of the mentalis muscle, the buccinator, and the zygomaticus major. Then from there, we are really cooking. And the next muscles and the final muscles I want to talk about are actually your neck muscles. Again, many people didn't think I would speak about this. And maybe this is a bit of a curveball, because maybe is your neck part of your face? Well, it's part-ish, but your neck supports your head, obviously. So if you're not engaging the correct neck muscles, what are you even doing? The foundation of engaging your neck muscles is training your neck. It depends on, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, what your goals are, etc. But nonetheless, your neck muscles should be activated in order to support your head. You don't need to develop an overly masculine neck if you're a woman. You don't need to underdevelop your neck if you're a man, but it really makes a difference. So what you're going to do is lie on a bench. Firstly, you're going to curl your head to the side and lie off the edge of the bench. Put your hand on your head, curl your neck, and resist with your hand and curl it to the side. You're going to do 10 reps. You're going to flip over to the other side, do it on the left-hand side with your hand providing resistance. Then you're going to do it with a weighted plate on the front of your neck for 10 reps. Then you're going to flip around, lie on your back, curl your neck backwards, and do it with a weighted plate on the back of your neck. And you're going to repeat that routine twice, and you're going to do that 2 or 3 times a week. That is how you train your neck properly, okay? If you don't want to overdevelop your neck, because there are quite a decent amount of women these days watching my content, then you can just use your hands for each exercise. If you want to hypertrophy and develop a proper, a thicker neck, if you're a guy, then you can increase the weight every single week and build up the weight in plates. Nonetheless, you should have a functional neck, you should have an engaged neck, and it is very important that you are able to feel and engage the neck muscles. So a very basic test is if you swallow your saliva multiple times and don't feel neck muscles engaging like this. You see that? If I swallow properly, my neck muscles get engaged. If you don't have that, then you're kind of cooked and you need to lock in and engage the neck muscles properly. That's how you do it. And therefore, in this video, you will have learned how to de-engage negative muscles, engage the correct muscles. And that is a literal face workout, face and neck workout to become better looking, to become healthier. Remember, this isn't all just a vain pursuit. Health is literally looks. You are improving your health, you're improving your looks, you're becoming the best version of yourself in every aspect. And there is no reason why everyone in the world shouldn't do this, whether you're a supermodel, whether you've got no time. This does not take that long. It takes a couple of minutes, and just do the go to gym split. Push, pull, face. That's what all the legends do these days. So stop being absolutely cooked. Get locked in. If you want more information, if you want to potentially work with me directly or get a personalized plan or accountability, etc., message me Ascend on Instagram and I will help you out and we can get cooking from there. Have an amazing day and you're all legends. And yeah, I gotta stop waffling.